It's time for the Jeff Litherland Show. Join us each week to find out what's going on in Perry Central Commodore basketball, straight from the head coach, Jeff Litherland, exclusively on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome to this week's Jeff Litherland Show. Coach, last week you took on Charlestown down in Charlestown. Why don't you recap that game for us?
Yeah, we drove up to Charlestown Friday, and it's a pretty good haul up there. We left right after school, and we got there, and it was a really tough game. They pressed us really hard. Full court man, 2-2-1, and we worked on it. Monday through Thursday last week, but we couldn't implement their speed and their strength, and they did a really good job taking us out of everything in the first half, and I think we got down 45-18 at halftime. They shot the ball extremely well from three, and us turning the ball over didn't help, and we got down at halftime, and we just talked about there's not much you can do now other than go back out and compete. And, we actually come out and we won the second half. So, it's kind of a moral victory, but, on the other hand, we prepared all week, for what they did. And, a lot of times we went 7-on-5 in our practices, just to make it tough on our guys. And, we didn't handle the situation very well. And, I think the atmosphere, might have intimidated us a little bit. And, they've got a nice team, and they did what they had to do, and we just didn't respond, and until the second half, and we played a lot better in the second half. Lucas Mitchell, our senior guard, played really well in the second half, and our post guy Cohen Edwards had he was consistent the whole game, but we had some other guys that just they weren't ready to play, and we played our freshman Whit Craney and our sophomore guard Thomas Hogan in the second half, and they gave us a little bit of spark, and we competed the second half, but you can't you got to compete 32 minutes. You can't compete 16 minutes in a high school game, especially on the road against a good team. But it was a learning experience for our guys, and we did that last Friday. At West Washington, we got off the bus and we weren't ready to play. I felt like it cost us the game up there. We didn't play well in the first half, and most certainly did this past Friday at Charlestown. So it's one of those things where it's something that we got to get better at, and we talked about that. We practiced Saturday morning, practiced yesterday, and we talked about trying to go to school and ride the bus and be prepared when you get there. And some of it has to do with leadership and some of it has to do with experience and the age of our kids. But, for us to get to the next level, we've got to compete better, for 4 quarters.
And, and this far into the season, sectional's a little ways away yet, but who are some of the top teams so far in this season, sectional-wise?
Sectional-wise, of course, South Spencer's ranked, pretty high in 2A, and they've got some, a lot of senior experience and some postseason success, and they're well coached. Matt Britton is, he does as good a job as anybody. You got Forest Park, which, has tradition. They've got, a lot of tradition. They've got 2 really good guards in Jace Berg and Reed Howard, and they got a big kid in Partenheimer that's had a good senior season. And, we haven't seen a whole lot of North Posey because we don't play them till late in the year. But they've got a nice squad. Coach Seymour down there does a good job as well. They've got a lot of excitement around their program, and they got a nice win. Friday night or Saturday night they went to Forest Park and won by double digits. So anytime you can go into Beakley Arena and do that, it's that's a sign of a good basketball team. So I think those 3 teams are certainly the top teams in our sectional. We feel like when we're focused and we compete, that we can most certainly play at that level that those 3 teams are. We played Forest Park to a close game, and we got South Spencer and Posey both on the road coming up here in the next month. So we'll kind of get a better feel, but you just never know in the sectional. It's a different atmosphere, and there's a lot. I've watched this game, been a part of it for a long time, and a lot of times the team that's supposed to win it doesn't win it. So, there's a lot of nerves. There's a lot of luck involved. The draws involved. So, it's just taking one day at a time, and trying to get to the level of our teams that are in our section and get better every day. That's kind of what I was disappointed on Friday. We want to get 1% better every day, and I don't feel like we did that Friday night up at Charlestown.
Some states have went to seeding their teams in sectional. Do you like the blind draw, or are you for the seeding?
Personally, I like the old school basketball. I like the one class, and I like the blind draw. That's kind of what I grew up on, and I know a lot of local schools in the area have had success in the class basketball, but I don't think Indiana high school basketball is what it is today if it wasn't for the one class system and the Milan story, the history of the basketball, and that's kind of my thing is it's a blind draw. It's a luck of the draw, and you got to just play whoever's in front of you. And I really like the one class system. I know some of the sectionals, bounce back and forth with different teams. And, I know our sectional, we had Paoli and Pekin in it the last 2 years. And so now we're kind of back to the original sectional with South Spencer and Forest Park and North Posey. And so, you get those rivalries and you get those special moments in March and just being able to kind of build that rivalry, tradition of playing those schools that you play every year and that you're striving to be better than. So that's kind of my take on it. I know there's pros and cons of both, and everybody has a different thought on it. But I like the one class and the blind draw myself.
And we're back on the Jeff Luden Show right after these messages for our sponsors. You're listening to the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Bozepark Communications.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods.
At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
Hello and welcome back to the Jeff Litherland Show. We're joined by varsity assistant for the Perry Central Commodores, Emily Sprinkle. Emily, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you, Joe?
Doing good. Doing real good. You're the varsity assistant. Maybe tell people a little bit about your background, what you've done to get to this point.
So I started off coaching 6th grade girls at Perry Central for a year, and then under our previous head coach, Matt Carter, he gave me an opportunity to come on to the boys program and do stats for him for 2 years under him. And then when Jeff took over, he kept me on staff. So I'm now on year 4 with the boys program.
You're sitting at 4-10 on season. What do you think about how's the Perry Central Commodore season been going to this point?
This year's been a little bit up and down. We've had some younger guys have to step up. Didn't have a lot of guys with varsity experience going into it. But I think some of our younger guys are starting to take form and learn their role and step up. So, even though we've struggled and our record maybe doesn't show how good we've been, we have a lot of talent, could potentially make a run at sectional time.
And, as varsity assistant, what are some of the duties that you perform?
So I spend a lot of time with Coach Hawkins, getting our JV guys to know plays for the other team, our scout team, helping our varsity guys understand scouting report, and, drawing our plays up for them.
And, who are some of the players some of the younger players that you think we'll hear from in the future?
We've got Thomas Hogan. He's playing a little bit of varsity now. I think he's going to end up being a pretty good player for us. We've got Caden James. He's a sophomore. He's played some big minutes, stepped up, and done some really good things for us.
Well, Emily, good luck on the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
And you've been listening to the Jeff Litherland Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Belly Broker Communications. We'll be back right after these messages from our sponsors.
At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? we'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get...
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Jeff Goodwin Show. And Coach, I'll tell you what, my dad always told me, to be successful people are all around you. And it was Emily Sprinkle and Noah Hawkins and et cetera. I think you're doing just that.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing. Is as a coach, you want people that you can trust and people that when you give a duty or an assignment to, you don't have to worry about it. And both Noah and Emily and my brother, Coach Schaefer and Roger, we've got a really good staff that puts a lot of time in and they work as hard as I do every day. And Emily. I always call Emily, our Coach Sprinkle, the glue of our program. She's always making sure that everything's getting done, and if I have something that's real important, I always go to her and say, hey, remind me of this, or make sure we get this done. And she's just been, when I got there, I think she was kind of a statistician only, but I kind of moved her into a varsity assistant role because she's really knowledgeable of the game and. She's really knowledgeable of what needs to happen, and it's a tough situation as sometimes as a female coach because she can't go in the locker room and or this or that. But I think all the players certainly respect her. I know the coaches do. I know I do, and it's like last night. We stuck around for senior night for the girls' game. Emily's mom brings out baked spaghetti and Texas toast for the coaching staff. And so it's, it's a lot of little things like that. But, overall, she's a genuine person and she cares, cares about the program and cares about our success. And I'm happy to have her. I mean, she's been a really good asset, to kind of help keep me organized and help get things done. There's times where, she may do help on the scouting report or film and, or she may, Saturday during our junior high tournament, she was doing laundry all day from Friday night. So, just having those people that care, that are committed, to the program, helps with success. And I feel like we're building a great foundation at Prairie Central, with our coaches and our expectations and our youth program. And we've got, it's nice that when we have a junior high game or 5th and 6th grade game, you got your varsity coach, your JV coach, and 2 or 3 of your assistants that are sitting there, watching our young kids play. So it's something that we're building. It takes time, but having those good people around to help makes everything easier.
And this Friday, you'll be taking on Orleans at Orleans. Why don't you preview that game for us?
Well, yes, Joe, we're at Orleans on Friday night. They're the number one team in 1A, and might possibly be the best team that Coach Bradley's ever had. They've got a lot of nice players, nice shooters, and they're very well coached. They're very disciplined, and they run their stuff perfect almost every time down the floor. So, I've watched about 4 games of them, trying to find a weakness that we can exploit, and there's not too many of them. I mean, they've got 6, 7 kids that that can play. I mean, they've got a couple guys that's shooting over 50% from the 3-point line, and I'm not talking they're 5 to 10. They're 30 of 60. So they're getting a lot of shots. They're making a lot of shots, and we're going to have to be prepared because they switch their defenses from man to full court press to 3-2 to 1-3-1. But it's a fun team to watch. I watch them on film, and they're very solid. So we're going to have to go up and we're going to have to execute. Probably going to have to try to limit possessions, and most importantly, we just got to go up there and play and compete. I asked our statistician, Danny Toothman, that's been there for probably 40 years, maybe longer, and I said, has Perry Central ever beaten the number 1 team in the state? And he said, I don't think so. So, we're looking for something that can really spark us and kind of, head us in the right direction in the season. So, going up there and just competing and I know our kids can do it. I mean, I've seen it in spurts against good teams. We played well against Heritage Hills in spurts. We played well against Boonville in spurts. Played well against Forest Park in spurts. So, for us to just go up there and compete for 4 quarters and see what we can get done, it's an opportunity. And that's some of our players. They maybe get caught up on our record, but it's not about wins and losses. This regular season is kind of a preseason for the tournament. And, this is going to be a hostile environment against a good team. That's going to make us better, no matter what happens. And that's kind of how we got to look at it, is we got to go up there and compete and try to come away with a win and get in a situation where we have a chance to win in the 4th quarter is kind of what, my mindset is do everything we have to and prepare this week and see what we can get done on Friday night.
And we talked about the top teams in the sectional, and we're definitely talking about one of the top teams in the Toca Valley Lake Conference. Who are some of the other teams in that are stand out to you?
In the conference?
Yes.
Yeah. Orleans and Paoli is they're the cream of the crop. They're both really, really good. Orleans is I think, they might be a little more deeper. They shoot the ball a little bit better, but, Paoli's got a really good player in Fletcher Cole, and, they're big and they're physical. So, those 2 teams, we got Paoli later in the year, are going to be, they're going to be a hard out in the tournament. They both have had success over the last few years, and, they expect to win. So, you look at those 2 teams. We've got both of them on our schedule yet. We've got South Spencer and Posey on our schedule yet. And we got Northeast Du Bois. So we've got some opportunities. Over the next 7 weeks to play against some really good teams. And three of those 4 are on the road. We got at Orleans, at South Spencer, and at Posey. So it's gonna be a tough end of the season, but there's opportunity for us to make something happen, against those quality teams.
Well, Coach, good luck this week and go get a win over the number 1 team.
That would be great, Joe. I appreciate your time.
And you've been listening to the Jeff Litherland Show on Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Bros for Communications. We'll see you next week.
You've been listening to the Jeff Litherland Show. Find out what is happening in Perry Central basketball each week, exclusively on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.